What's our first hymn?
Mine.
Okay.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Paul Dalzell, and I am the worship coordinator of this, the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Charleston. Welcome all of you, our members, our friends. If this is your first time here, we welcome you and thank you for joining us today. You came here looking for something this morning. Might have been a connection with others, a community, a place to ground yourself, inspiration, or refuge from a world gone mad. Whatever brought you here, we are glad it did. Unitarian Universalism is non-creedal, deliberately pluralist, and unambiguously and unapologetically progressive. The strength of our congregation is our plurality. You may be sitting beside someone who is an atheist, a pagan, a Christian or Jewish, an agnostic, a Buddhist, a Muslim, a humanist, or someone who doesn't fit into any of those religious categories. They may also be cisgender, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender or trans, queer or questioning, intersex, asexual or agender, or none of those categories either. All of us want to do good and to be better. As the Zen Buddhists say, each of you is perfect just the way you are, and you could use a little improvement. When we gather to worship in this place with all of our differences, we shape what is of worth to us. To gather in community, to sit together, to sing together, to listen, and to find peace. What you will find here is a community of people, all different, yet all united in the shared values of justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity, all with love at the center. Please know that all of us welcome you. And we typically do that in song. Please join us in singing our welcome song. We sing it twice. And if you feel comfortable doing so, greet those around you with a smile, a nod, or a hello. The words are in your order of service and on the screen.
Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Wherever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you.
Made it, printed it, and didn't grab one. I needed an order of service for my prop. Please check your insert for goings on here at UUC this coming week and in the near future. I do want to mention that our rummage sale is about a month away. Please take some time to complete the form using the QR code. That's the top one. On your announcements page to volunteer. Jobs include donating and/or sorting and pricing ahead of the sale to helping on the sale day in several ways. We can start taking donations on June 1st. Please contact Sarah to arrange for drop-offs and pickups. The pickup is scheduled in advance. We can pick up donations of furniture and other items that are too heavy or large for you to manage. You got something? Okay. Nice. Yeah. Mike will probably be the one doing most of the picking up, I guess. So, and possibly Neil too. Yep. For our chalice lighting this morning, we Carry Our Faith into Action by Crystal Hogan. Please read it with me as Phoenix lights her chalice. We ignite this flame, symbol of our faith, to beckon us into community, warm our hearts with love, and give us a light to follow as we carry our faith into action. Thank you very much. Sorry for putting you on the spot. Thank you. We come to this sanctuary, whether in person or virtually, to connect with our community, sharing our joys, our celebrations, our sorrows, and our concerns. Our peace and our needs helps our community become closer and stronger. And that is the community we all need in these times. I need to mention it is Mother's Day today. For some, this day is a joy, and for others, a day of bittersweet memories. Some may feel sorrow on this day. We acknowledge all of you. We do have a joy. My new kittens have made me smile much more than usual. And happy Mother's Day. Let's notice the simple things. The first sip of coffee in the morning, spending time in nature, connecting with friends and family, and sharing laughter. And we should also take note of our sorrows, the pain of missing loved ones, and the anxiety caused by feeling overwhelmed by negative news. For all these joys and sorrows, both spoken and unspoken, may we remember that shared joy is multiplied and shared sadness is diminished. Please read with me, if you would, in unison, Our Covenant to Each Other by James Vila Blake. Love is the spirit of our faith and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Let's take a moment to sit and breathe, to meditate, to ponder, to pray if you wish, most of all, to sit with one another in community. Please relax in your chairs. Plant your feet on the floor. Square your shoulders. Feel free to close your eyes or unfocus them or gaze into our chalice flame. Breathe. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Settle into this moment, into this space. Our meditation today is Here in This Space We Are Gathered by Maureen Killoran. Here, in this space we are gathered, called by our sense of urgency or duty or the longing for community, called to be together on this day. Here, in this space we are gathered, called to hold ourselves accountable to our values, to remind ourselves of those hopes and dreams and possibilities which sometimes in the rough and tumble world, it can be hard to hold on to belief. Here in this space, we are gathered, called to do our part in weaving a web of human community. Here in this space, some of us have come in pain. To those who are dealing with issues of health, we pray, we wish for courage and healing. May we pause and hold gently all the concerns, named and unnamed, that are gathered in this room this day. And in the complexities of community, it is right that some in this space have come with joy bubbling in their heart. May we rejoice together, remembering the wisdom that says joys are multiplied when shared. May we remember with gratitude for warmth, thankfulness for sunshine, appreciation for the simple tastes of whatever food our lives and bodies let us choose. Here, in this space, we are called to weave the web of human community. May we pause, and in our silence, may we lift up at least one blessing, one joy, no matter how small, that has touched our lives this week. May our shared silence be a blessing on our hearts, on this community, and may this blessing extend outward to grace the wider world. As mentioned in our centering words, we are all heretics. Until I had read Dr. Gregg's article that I took that quote from, I did not know that the word comes from the Greek word hahabratikis, meaning one who chooses. Kind of like it more now. I willingly and happily accept that label. I had always taken it to mean the more accepted definition, a person who differs in opinion from established religious dogma, or one who differs in opinion from an accepted belief or doctrine, especially in the Roman Catholic Church, or more broadly, the Christian faith. Think Galileo, who was condemned as a heretic for supporting Copernicus's thesis that the earth revolves around the sun and not vice versa. But no, its meaning is much broader than that. One who chooses. It makes it much more you, doesn't it? As I mention often, we are non-creedal. We are not required to believe or even to recite a creed to belong here. Rather, we are covenantal. We just have to agree to get along with each other, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. We are not, as a minister friend once said to me, the church that doesn't believe in anything. We are a faith that chooses for ourselves what to believe in. But we do hear it, don't we? Universalism, Unitarian Universalism. What's that? What do you believe in? My doctor even said, that's not a real thing, when I told her I was a UU. So what do you say when you hear those types of comments? Do you mention the good things we do? Do you tell them about our shared values? If so, do you remember Jet Pig so you can recite them as I do? Justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. Jet Pig. Do you instead tell them about whichever of our 7 principles is the most meaningful to you? Do you tell them that we believe in the worth and dignity of every person? Do you bring up justice, equity, and compassion in human relations? Or do you highlight our acceptance of one another and encouragement for spiritual growth? Is it our ability to choose a free and responsible search for truth and meaning that you talk about? Or our 5th principle, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large? Maybe it's the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all that makes you wax eloquently. Or it could be our respect for the interdependent web of all existence, of which we are a part, that speaks to you. Or obviously, you might well use a couple or more than a few of these principles or values when describing our religion. Excuse me. By the way, I almost said when describing our faith, but then I dived into the rabbit hole of the word faith and realized that is a sermon for another day. Back in 2003, then UUA President William G. Sinkford said, I always encourage people to work on their elevator speech. What you'd say when you're going from the 6th floor to the lobby and somebody asks you, what's a Unitarian Universalist? Here are some responses that were sent in by UUs to the UU World magazine. Unitarian Universalists search for the universal, person by person, path by path. Believing that reason is part of faith, action the result of prayer, inquiry part of tradition, knowledge of the past part of the promise of the future. We gather together to gain strength in diversity and to worship the seen, the unseen, and the generosity of spirit we help into being. And we laugh a lot. It's a blessing each of us was born. It matters what we do with our lives. What each of us knows about God is a piece of the truth. We don't have to do it alone. Unitarian Universalism encourages each of us to understand and apply the teachings of the world's religion to our daily lives, to seek truth, to promote justice, and live in harmony with the world around. Unitarian Universalism is a democratic, pluralistic religious community which encourages each individual to develop a personal religious philosophy and which emphasizes social and environmental concerns. Apparently the next one is used to a longer elevator ride than some of us. Or, like most of us, he just likes to talk. As Unitarian Universalists, we celebrate the inherent worth and dignity of every person and seek to build a peaceful, just, and compassionate society. At the heart of our faith, therefore, is a commitment to democracy, not only as a form of government, but as a moral value that lifts our lives beyond the self-centered and mundane, gives meaning to our existence. Thus, we follow in the footsteps of many of America's founders, including 3 of our early presidents. These religious principles, coupled with a basic reliance on human reason, provide us with inspiration and guidance as citizens, as parents, and as neighbors. Our denomination is unique because every Unitarian Universalist has the right to develop a personal philosophy of life without being told what to believe. We can learn from all the philosophies and religions, and also from science and the arts. We explore important life issues in a caring community, united by shared values rather than by shared theological opinions. And no matter what we do believe about theology or philosophy, we try to live a good life and leave the world better than we found it. In Unitarian Universalist congregations, we gather in community to support our individual spiritual journeys. We trust that openness to one another's experiences will enhance our understanding of our own links with the divine, with our history, and with one another. And finally, Unitarian Universalism means never having to say, I'm right, you're wrong. Like that one. I have the credits for all of those, if anyone wants to know. Reportedly, when Bill Sinkford promoted the exercise, he came up with this one. The Unitarian side tells us that there is only one God, one spirit of life, one power of love. The Universalist side tells us that God is a loving God, condemning none of us, valuing the spark of divinity that is in every human being. So my version of what Unitarian Universalism stands for is one God, no one left behind. That doesn't quite fit with my beliefs. It doesn't work for me. It may fit with our histories, but not our current realities. I found that last in another UU World article titled "Stop the Elevator, I'm Not Done" by Doug Murder back in 2010. In it, he, also being unsatisfied with President Sinkford's, comes up with a few more. Unitarian Universalism is an evolving religion, not a revealed religion. He writes, in my experience, most elevator riders are expecting to hear about a revealed religion. A revealed religion claims to come from God, who stepped into history at some point and gave a revelation to a chosen messenger. The religion, then, is the community of people who are dedicated to preserving that revelation and passing it down unaltered to future generations. But the ideas and practices of Unitarian Universalism come from people, and we don't claim otherwise. Like all human constructions, our religion is imperfect. So each generation of UUs work on it, changes it somewhat, and tries to leave something better for the next generation. This gives us a different relationship to our history. We celebrate and honor the leaders and thinkers from our past, but we're not bound by them. If something they taught us turns out to be wrong, we change it. And we expect no less of our future generations. We want our descendants to find our mistakes and fix them, not paper over, or, worst of all, live by them. Unitarian Universalism is about this life, not an afterlife. It's easy to jump to the conclusion that UUs don't believe in an afterlife. Excuse me. But that's inaccurate. Individual UUs believe all sorts of things about what happens after death. And we're content to disagree because that's not what our religion is about. There's only one kind of afterlife UUs actively don't believe in. One whose rewards and punishments justify living in some way that wouldn't make sense otherwise. For us, this life stands on its own. The consequences we worry about are worldly consequences. Unitarian Universalists focus on actions and experiences, not beliefs. The important thing about this life is not what you believe, but what you do and how you feel about doing it. That's how we can tolerate a range of beliefs that would splinter most other religions. In a UU church, atheists, Christians, Jews, Buddhists, and people who defy all labels can not only worship together, but can also teach each other's children. Unitarian Universalism is democratic, not hierarchical. It isn't just that our congregations govern themselves, it's that the evolution of Unitarian Universalism is determined by what catches on among the rank and file. Ministers and writers and UUA officials may try to influence the direction of our movement, but ultimately, it's the people in the pews who decide what Unitarian Universalism is going to be. Unitarian Universalism envisions a harmony between goodness and happiness, not the sacrifice of one to the other. In our vision of this good life, individuals passionately and enthusiastically work to make the world more just, more loving, and more beautiful. None of us perfectly achieves that ideal, but if you come to a UU church, that's what you'll hear us talking about. It may sound like psychology or sociology or politics, and often it sounds like the golden rule or some other idea you might hear in countless other religions. But it's really about how to harmonize goodness and happiness in your life. The author concludes, that's already way too much to say on an elevator in any building shorter than the Empire State. So, unless my listener wants to grab a cup of coffee at the observatory, I guess I'll boil it down to this: evolving, not revealed. This life, not the afterlife. Actions and experience, not beliefs. Democracy, not hierarchy. And don't choose between goodness and happiness. Insist on both. The Reverend Dr. Carl Gregg, who I quoted in the centering words, has his own. Unitarian Universalism seeks to create a community where you can be spiritual and religious. We draw wisdom from all the world's religious traditions, from modern science, from our own direct experience. We affirm the inherent worth and dignity of each individual, and at our best, we freely choose to work together to build a better world for all people. We don't pretend to have all the answers, but we are on a journey together of living the questions. That's a pretty good one. I don't hate that. So there's a lot of reading of other people's words. Would anyone like to share their own elevator speeches? I don't usually ask for audience participation, but how about it? Would any of you like to share? Neil does. Maybe someone else will too.
Hey folks, one of the things that I do is I use a democratic process, one of the things that we're all about, to try and change the world. So I thought I'd share with you how to change the world. It's three things. One is resistance. People have to get up and say, hey, this isn't right. Two is leadership. Now leadership is a curious one. This one is one where you go talk to the leaders of the nation, our congresspeople, our senators, and at the federal level mostly, because that's what they can affect the most of the world. And you talk to them over and over and over again in a nice way that reaches them from their own point of view so that they hear your message over and over to lead them in the right direction. And then the third thing is people to go fix whatever goes wrong with the plan. And none of those people can be the same people.
Thank you. Somehow, Kelly, I knew.
Well, UUism actually was a revealed religion to me. It was revealed by Nate Eastman in October of 1995. I walked in the door. I decided I'd go to a service and see. I walked in the door, and Nate Eastman was there, and he said, "Welcome, welcome. Is it your first time here?" I said, "Yes, it is. Am I really welcome? I'm a pagan," because there weren't any out pagans in the congregation then. He said, "Of course you are. We'll just have one more thing to learn about." And coming from a family of conformists with whom I never felt comfortable, coming to UUism was the first real family I had.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say something about it that I learned. I was schooled at a youth conference by a 16, 17-year-old boy. He had a tattoo, or one or two tattoos, and he said, "I'm gonna get a pink triangle on the back of my hand." And I was like, oh. I was like, that's a place you can't hide for, and he just stopped me and he said, "I have chosen to live my life authentically and will not be silenced and will not be anything other than myself for anybody. And if people don't hire me because of this, then good, I don't belong there. And I know everybody's, I'm not going to inherit the fears of the previous generation, your fear or anybody else's fear for me." And I was just like, okay.
Mary Beth? No.
Actually,
Well, what I might say to someone who was asking me about why I'm a UU, I would probably say something like, because we aren't creedal, I don't have to find a new church every time my beliefs change.
Good.
I think our covenant is the thing that I would say in an elevator. Love is the spirit of our faith, and service its law. And it's also, it's not what you believe, it is how you behave. That is you.
Sorry. So I kind of came up with two. One for our congregation. I think there's a elevator speech, YUUC. And for that, we are a community of diverse communities that welcomes all. Our shared values ensure that. We choose to do good and get good. We work to help the community we are a part of and to improve ourselves. And I've got to throw the Jack Hickok line, we are the place where, if you feel you don't fit in anywhere else, you belong here. And when explaining Unitarian Universalism, of course, I do that almost every morning with the welcomes, or every Sunday morning with the welcome. We are a non-creedal, deliberately pluralist, and unambiguously and unapologetically progressive. We are not required to believe the same way or in the same things. Some of us believe in one God, some in no gods, and some in all the gods. What you believe matters less than how you interact with the world. Doing good matters. Getting good by exploring our own individual spiritual journeys is foundational. We believe everyone has inherent worth and dignity, and that everything is connected, interconnected. But the crux of this faith is do good and get. One more time, do good and get good. I guess if folks have any questions about any of that, we should probably meet for coffee. Let's sing again. Our last song for all is number 1018, Come and Go With Me. Please once again rise in voice, body, or spirit as you are willing and able.
And this is another song that you can use your rhythm instruments with, and I was going to start it with the tambourine, but the tambourine's somewhere under my chair now. So it's right there.
Oh, here it is. Well,
Paul, the spirit, your sermon was so good. The spirit
Yes,
moved
it
the
was.
tambourine. Thank you.
Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound.
Where I'm bound.
There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound.
Where I'm bound.
There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound.
Where I'm bound.
There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land where I'm bound.
Where I'm bound.
There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land where I'm bound.
Where I'm bound.
They'll be singing in that land. They'll be singing in that land. They'll be singing in that land where I'm bound. They'll be singing in that land. They'll be singing in that land. They'll be singing in that land where I'm bound. Yay.
Please be seated for our closing words, which today our Much of Ministry is a Benediction by Susan Manker-Seal. Much of ministry is a benediction, a speaking well of each other and the world, speaking well of what we value: honesty, love, forgiveness, trust, speaking well of our efforts, speaking well of our dreams. This is how we celebrate life, through speaking well of it, living the benediction, and becoming as a word well spoken. Jamie and the music makers will now perform our postlude for us.